Hey guys, welcome to our first Tana and Tymna EDH game. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the deck, it is a Kiki deck designed to draw cards off Tymna and then gain a lot of creatures with Tana. With that, let's just enter the match. Okay, so depending on what we're up against, this hand can be pretty good. We have Fire Covenant, which is good against creature-based decks. Okay, so Prossh is kind of an awkward deck for us to play against. We could play Rule of Law, which does stop it. Azami, Fire Covenant's pretty good against, and General Tazri. So both Tazri and Prossh are going to need to cast numerous spells a turn. Unless, of course, Prossh is Hulk Prossh. I think they can get away with it. I'm not sure exactly what combo they run, but my guess would be that these guys are both on food chain. So yeah, I'm good with this hand. It's a little slow, it's a little grindy, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, so, Gemstone Caverns is not exactly the best for us, but I think that we can probably get through it. What do we want to start with, land-wise? Well, we can fetch one of each basic except, like, a white or something like that. Just gotta pick one we don't need. I'd say we don't need red, so we could go... Well, actually, we can't fetch then basics with all these, though. We don't have a red basic, actually, so... Let's start with... Windswept Heath, I guess. I'm just thinking that if we wanted a Blood Moon or something later, that it would be best to get cards that don't hurt us. Okay, Dark Ritual resolves. Okay, Necropotence. So the Necro is pretty scary. I'm a bit torn here, but I'm going to go ahead and get a Plains. Just be safe. Alright, so we'll see how much he pays into it this turn. It's pretty likely he pays a substantial amount. Like if he exiles things, it doesn't matter. So depending on what version of Tazri he's running, he could be all-in combo, or he could be more of a adaptive combo list. And if he's on the adaptive combo, he'll have some answers to Rule of Law, whereas if he's all-in, I think it would pretty much just win. So it's very clear that he has the win in hand. What we're going to need to rely on is Azami to counter whatever counterspells he has, if any. He may not have drawn any interaction, but it looks like he did. But we need Azami to be able to interact with his stuff so that Rule of Law can resolve, because that shuts his whole deck down. Alright, so he ended up discarding a bunch of stuff to exile. most notably Miss Hollow, and yeah, that's it. Calastria Healer being exiled is actually kind of important. It's one of his win cons. Alright, Sylvan Library. No fetch on the Strand tells me that he might be hurting for land. But that's of course speculation. We'll find a Cinderglade, since it doesn't matter. It's coming in tapped anyway. I'll just go Swamp. 1, 2, 3, Rule of Law. So Rule of Law can be kind of bad against something like Azami. Yeah, Flusterstorm can't counter Rule of Law, so him letting resolve is kind of eerie. Alright, so he plays a Soul Ring. That doesn't do anything. Oh, I guess he could tutor for... Like, he can play General Tazri next turn, which I believe puts it into play, or does it put it in his hand? Puts it in his hand. So he's got 2 turns to find an answer to kill Tymna. I mean, Rule of Law. Sorry, I looked at my board state and did that. But anyway, I choose to pay 2 life and kind of draw 2 cards. Seems reasonable. I'm thinking that I just go Tana next turn, start trying to produce tokens. Takes the full 8 damage to draw 2 extra cards. Plays a mana dork. Seems good. I think we just go Tymna next turn. Try start to draw. Ugh, speaking is hard. Try to start drawing cards, and then once we start drawing cards, we can. So Rule of Law does actually slow this to a halt in some ways, which is pretty sweet. Discards Phantasmal Image. Cast Fabricate. I can't do anything about that. Hedron Archive seems okay. He said he's on a Storm deck, so I guess it makes sense. Ooh, Rurik Thar is going to be amazing. He's tapped out, and he said something about Stifle. So I'm going to go ahead and fetch before he gets a Stifle active. And I'll find Godless Shrine. Alright, Lotus Petal. So he's playing a bunch of ramp. I have a feeling that he's on some sort of reanimated Prossh. So I'm actually going to want to keep Fairy Macabre in hand and just swords the Jace in response to the flip trigger. I wonder what kind of interaction for creatures he has. I mean, he's discarded Twister, Swords, Chain, Abrupt Decay. I can't imagine he's got that much more creature removal, so if we just attack him, he should be dead. Oh, never mind. I was like, if I could draw a Soul Ring, I could play Rurik Thar next turn, except I have Rule of Law, so I can't. So will he go for the Hedron Archive here, or will he try to flip Jace? That's the real question. He does not try to flip Jace. Alright. Discards Day's Undoing. Alright. So let's see what happens here. Absence Pilgrim is not bad. Although, I think that I prefer playing Tana here. Ooh, I can't with that land drop. I do it this way. Takes another 4 damage. Is the card advantage going to be worth it, though? Cast Prossh, I'm guessing. And this is fine, because I can just, I could Fire Covenant it. I'm going to let the mono blue player try to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with myself. So the question is, do I want to actually exile Jace? Seems like he's just on Voltron Prossh, so in response, I'm just going to discard Fairy Macabre. I'm going to Swords the Prossh. He got one blue up. Pretty likely he has counter magic. He's very unlikely to be able to counter Thar. So I just say in hopes that he doesn't block, I get to draw a card, and then I can get rid of 2 kobolds, which lessens how much I have to hit with the Fire Covenant. Alright, so I get 2 dudes. That's pretty sweet. And then I get to draw 2 cards. Alright, draw a card with Azami. So we're still in his draw step. He's trying to decide what he's going to get. The 2 of them are trying to team up on me. Alright, fine. Yeah, A-Bomb seems good. Now I don't have to take so much damage to Fire Covenant, which is great. But the Azami player is not going to tap out. He's going to flip Jace, which really sucks. And he's going to reduce Tana most likely, so that I can't get more tokens, which, yeah, I'll end up being pretty targeted here. That's okay. He might actually Daze Undoing to get rid of Thar, which would be kind of interesting. We could see where blocks happen first. I'm not in love with that idea, though. I'll just go ahead and... Alright, so Fire Covenant's on the stack. Dramatic Reversal is happening. Okay, I mean, I can't respond to it, obviously. So we can no longer actually respond to this spell. Was that worth it? Probably. I mean, we're going to get 2 more sap rollings. We're really going to... Alright, and then we'll just pitch Overgrown Tomb. It's actually worse than Tainted Wood here. He was thinking about whether or not he wanted to get rid of those first couple cards from the library. It seems like he does, so... If we could top deck like an Armageddon or something like that, that would be amazing. Oops, I didn't even play a land. What am I doing? This is what happens at 2 in the morning. because I was going to play the Tainted Wood before, and then I just forgot about it. So that play was kind of weird to Fire Covenant there, but it seemed to make the most sense to me at the time. Doing so allowed me to get damage through with ease. It also slowed down both players that I'm up against. He's now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. He's 2 turns off Prossh unless he top decks some artifact ramp. Most preferably Mana Crypt, I think. And we're slowly making a sap rolling army, which is pretty decent. So, I'm trying to think where I put all this stuff next turn. I got a decent amount of creatures to push damage through. Both my opponents are at relatively low life totals. I'm thinking I probably... yeah, I gotta let that resolve. That's a swan song that's not targeting something I'm going to do, which is great. Now, I'm sure that Azami has plenty of removal in hand. It's just a matter of, whether or not he's going to use it. He could easily Daze Undoing. I feel like that's the play. I mean, is it? I mean, maybe not. No, he's going to crack Hedron. That's weird because Azami costs 7. So now I can't cast Azami. I mean, drawing answers is great, don't get me wrong, but he's a little bit lagging then in terms of, having something here. Alright, Delving for Cruise. Seems okay. It's just going to put him at 12 cards, though, which I find to be questionable, especially because he can't cast another spell this turn. I mean, I guess his cards was not useful, and that's fine. So Daze Undoing is not useful, even though both of us are at 7 cards apiece. Pardon me. As I noted, it is late here. Perfect top decks here are pretty much Elish. Pyroblast wouldn't be horrible either. I'd actually be on board for Pyroblast. Now, I'm pretty sure that Azami's not running something like Aetherize or some random crap like that that's going to, set me back for no reason. But a Jace plus on Tymna or something like that would kind of hurt. That wouldn't be ideal. It's going to hit Tana, I would guess, because he doesn't want all the tokens. But, let's see. Let's see if he's smart about it. If he hits anything that's not Tana, maybe he was right to kill Jace, but I mean, I just swing with Ape out of this turn and then wait on Tana. It's a little bit of a tempo loss, though. I could have killed him, yeah. He's got to discard 5 cards. This isn't the worst. I mean, he's got an active Jace, but it's a dead active Jace, so, Aetherflux. Alright. Interesting. Felidar Guardian. Wish that card had Flash. It'd be so good. Alright, so we're going to swing 4. Sap Rollings at Jace. 3 at Twerking Man, and 2 here. Well, Invala is about the perfect draw here. We'll go Tainted Wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast Linvala. Alright, so he's brainstorming in response, which doesn't do anything because rule of law. This Azami list looks fun, though. I mean, it's very similar to like a Teferi list in terms of playstyle. So yeah, this is going to happen. Resolving Linvala is huge because it shuts down Azami's draw engines, but he has to deal with Rule of Law. He pitched Psychrift, though, as well as Merchant Scroll and long-term plans. So I'm guessing, like, I mean, I know Psychrift was where he messed up, but he probably needed that as just a 2-mana bounce spell to get rid of Rule of Law. Yeah, he really just needed a way to get around that, and unfortunately, I think he pitched it on accident. He pitched it not realizing that it was his way of, you know, he probably looked at it and was like, I can't cast this right now. Alright, Grim Tutor's fine. You know, it costs him 3 life. I'm going to be able to swing him down pretty easily in the near future. I'm guessing he's doing like a deluge or something like that. I mean, how much else could he really have that's going to... get rid of this? Because this is what, I mean, he's got to take 7 to do this, so he'd be at 7 life, loses Bird, all of which seems suboptimal. So this is a Azami High Tide deck, which looks pretty fun. So I guess it's not really all that similar to Fairy. I am truly surprised that Azami has been going for these draw spells rather than counter spells, though. He must run just a lot of bounce. Or something, like... Not ideal, but hey, it's a free 2-2. Alright, Mana Crypt. The question is, who do I want to kill more right now? The smaller ones have to go at Thunder Farts, and everything else can go killing Twerking Man. So he's probably looking to cast Prossh next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and play my land for turn and cast Root Maze. Alright, and then I will pitch probably the Blood Crypt. We can also just go Elves of Deep Shadow. Like, these small dorks aren't really useful to me right now. Oh, sorry, gotta clone these. It's the one trigger I always miss. Okay, so the new plan is... I guess we're on Enlightened Tutor Pot. No, that doesn't work because we got Felidar in hand. Well, we could go sack Tana, find Kiki. It could work. I just don't know how we win this now. I mean, honestly, that was just a spiteful play, which was like, I mean, if you were gonna kill something, kill the root maze. All right, so he's snapcasting back, Psych Rift or something like. No, he's gonna snapcast Brainstorm or Swan Song. Yes, Pyroblast. Let's see if he counters it again. If he counters it again, then I will go for. No, he's not going for it. So I'll just go for Enlightened Tutor. If it resolves, then great. If it doesn't resolve, then not great. Obviously, it's pretty simple. So do I just go for Birthing Pod though? That would just win me the game, right? But is there another enchantment that also wins me the game but shuts down? So Eidolon of Rhetoric would be one, but it would be too late. Like he's gonna go off on his turn. Animate Dead wouldn't be bad. Or Stranglehold. Probably not Stranglehold. It's not too bad. I would go with Animate Dead. Ruric Thar is really busted. Stony Silence is it's okay. No, I think our best bet is probably to go for Pod. Pod would just win us this game, which is optimal. So he Pyroblasted the Swan Song, which I think was not great. I would have tried to Pyroblast Tide maybe, or Azami. Just anything that could be game winning, but I mean he's just trying to survive, I guess. And the Demonic Tutor at least kind of helps him do that. Man, these turns were so much easier when Rule of Law was out. No one gets to do anything. Yay. Ooh, so empty the Warrens. So I think. So I cast my Enlightened Tutor. There was the Pyroblast, Demonic Tutor, Sylvan Scrying, Swan Song, Empty the Warrens, and Venser. So that's 7 spells this turn. So you get 14 tokens. Yeah, that's definitely not good. I mean, so basically this play allows him to defend against me, but doesn't do much against a potential High Tide win. And Shamanic Revelation, actually, maybe he could maybe get there with this. Draw 14 cards. Pact and Negation. Alright. That'll work. Maybe he'll fail to pay for Pact. Die. I can Fire Covenant away everything and then just win. That would be a 10 out of 10. Okay, I kind of have to risk it here and go for Pod. Alright, so we're going to bounce a land, actually. Alright, and then we just get Karmic Guide. Alright, so Guardian's going to come back. Bounce Pod. Um, we just tap Pod again. Sacking Guardian. Kiki. We'll copy Karmic. Alright, cool. Okay, so that game went super well for us. The turn 3 rule of law really shut down the food chain Tazri list, which made it easy to kill him. And then obviously Prossh Storm, I think, and Azami Storm also were easily shut down by rule of law for the majority of the game. That allowed us to establish a board state and really get ahead. Um, the major misplays that I made in the game, there were a few actually. The first one was not killing Jace the turn it came out. Pressuring his life total wasn't terribly important, and killing the Jace would have been an optimal line. The second one was not playing a land. That happened the same turn as I didn't kill Jace. And I think prior to that, I would have had to actually Fairy Macabre before the Jace discard trigger in order to stop Jace from flipping. So I would have had to do that, and probably exiled Days Undoing. The last bit is a little bit more intricate than those ones in terms of what it actually does for the game. So when I played Birthing Pod, I should have actually sacked Tana and gotten Kiki, so that if someone killed Kiki, I could then play Feldar Guardian, untap the Birthing Pod, sack Feldar Guardian to get Karmic Guide, get back Kiki, then copy. That would have been more of an optimal line of play, but it didn't really matter since I knew that there wasn't really much interaction going on. I had a feeling there wasn't going to be any interaction anyway. But a feeling isn't really enough. So generally speaking, that would have been a better line. In terms of the deck operating, I have no complaints in that game. It did what it needed to do. So yeah, that was our budget Tana, Tymna, Blood Moon / Kiki list. I hope you guys enjoyed the match, and I will see you next time.